What is up, guys? My name is Rice. Welcome back to the channel. Today is a brand new video, and it is the last home game for the Montreal Canadiens. I review Canadiens games. And yeah, like I said, last game of the 5-game road trip out west. We will be back home for, I believe it's Thursday's game against the Philadelphia Flyers. So that means I will be back to live streaming after the games. Yeah. As I mentioned in the first game, and I'll mention it again, the reason I took these 5 games to do videos instead of streams is because they were late games. These were uploaded at like 12:30, 1 o'clock. If you weren't here, you didn't get the ping, I should say. Yeah, and I didn't want to disrupt my parents all that much. These only take 20 minutes compared to the usually hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours, 2-hour-long streams. So I decided, why not? We'll do these as videos. We'll come back afterwards. So yeah, the final, I believe, all final 10 games of the year should be streams, assuming there's nothing that goes wrong with the Wi-Fi and there's anything like we get a last-second gig or anything, or there's power outage or anything. So yeah, assumingly the last 10 games of the year we will be live for instead of just doing video for it. And by the way, I apologize. My mic might be a little bit quiet, but I'm gonna turn up the gain just a little bit. There we go. So we might be good now. For some reason, my audio on my Streamlabs desktop was kind of a little bit lower than usual. I forget why I was doing that, but yeah. For those of you who are new, how we do this is we go through the lines for both teams. I give them a little game summary, recap, analysis, if you will. I go through the lines for the Canadiens, and then we get on out of here. Usually I would be doing all this while reading comments in the chat, hence this little open space that's usually for the chat. But, like I said, this is a video, not a stream, so unfortunately, there's no live chat. So yeah, we're going to go right into it. And yeah, hit the like and subscribe if you're enjoying. We're on the road to 1,000 subs. The open lines for the Canadiens were Caulfield, Suzuki, Slavkovsky, Gallagher, Newhook, Armia, Anderson, Evans, Ullinen, and Pizzetto, White, Harvey, Pinard. Matheson, Goalie, Jack Savard, and Struble Harris were on the blue line. Sam Montembeault gets the start net for the Canadiens, and Caden are looking for his first win in March, by the way, I should say. Caden Primo backs him up, having played a quite solid last game. Caden Primo has been very good the last, I want to say it's 6 starts. I think they said he had like a .939 and a 1.86 goals against average, which is insane considering one of those games, because one of those games, or 2 of those games, he's allowed 4 and 5 goals, I'm pretty sure. So the fact, like, the 2 shutouts, not really doing that much of a heavy lifting, but the fact he's still playing that well recently, like, I'm very happy that Caden Primo looks to be turning into the backup, the pretty solid backup that we all, I think, expected him to be. The overlands for the Avs, meanwhile, are Duran. By the way, if you guys see me, like, doing something like this, just patting near the mic, I accidentally spilt milk everywhere right before I started recording, and so I'm just kind of patting down my mouse pad because yeah, it's a little bit wet, as you can kind of see. So yeah, I'm just kind of just patting it down, making sure all the milk is out of it, and yeah, I need a new mouse pad, needless to say. But yeah, the overlines for the Avs were Duran, MacKinnon, Rantanen, Lehkonen, Middlestad, Nichushkin, Wood, Colton, Parise, and Duhaime, Trinan, Cogliano. Taze Makar, Gerard Manson, Johnson Walker were on the blue line. Justus Annunen gets the start net for the Avs, and Alexander Georgiev backs him up, being given a rare break in net. And honestly, after tonight, I would give Justus a couple more starts. Like, kid had a pretty decent game, I think. Yeah, before the game, Coach Marty is back. He left the team right before the 5-game road trip started. I was trying to remember when he left. He left the team due to personal reasons. We do know now it was because his youngest son, I believe it's Mason St. Louis. I don't think it's Lucas. I'm pretty sure it's Mason St. Louis. I believe that's his name. He had suffered an injury during a hockey game, and he had suffered complications a week later, and he had to be hospitalized. Thankfully, it does seem to be good now because Marty was back behind the bench, so hopefully everything is good there. That's really good. It was great to see Marty back. Hopefully, Thursday's game, which I was kind of hoping if Marty comes back, it was for that game, because it would have been really nice to see the Habs fans like, hey, Coach Marty's back, give him an ovation. I still think they should. When he comes out or whatever for be at the bench. I think they should give him a nice ovation. Maybe chant from Marty. I think that'd be nice. But yeah, Coach Marty is back, and we'll see how the boys respond to that. Having won Trevor Letowski his first game as a National Hockey League coach. I believe he will quote unquote ends his head coaching stint. Well, yeah, he ends his head coaching stint. I believe 1-2-1. So, aside from that first game, played pretty well under Trevor Letowski. So, yeah, I would not mind if he ends up getting a coaching job elsewhere. Because I think he has potential. Maybe he's another Kirk Muller where, he looks good in small stretches and for some reason just isn't given really much of a head coaching chance elsewhere. But we'll see though. I like Trevor Letowski though. All right, 5.5 in, we got to get into the game because I've been rambling way too much. Drouin ends up causing a turnover at the line, and the Avs score 39 seconds in, I believe, or something like 50 seconds in. Nathan MacKinnon, there we go, 36 game point streak. Found kind of right in the slot. There you go. And it's 1-0 Avalanche. Just like that, 50 seconds in. And I was thinking, oh, God, this is not going to be a good game. That's genuinely what I was thinking. And then the Habs score 7 seconds after the MacKinnon goal. Nick Suzuki, on a nice little break, ends up putting a 5-hole on Justus Annunen. First shot, first goal. Same with the Avs. 56 seconds into the game, Slavkovsky and Savard with the assists on that one, by the way. So Yuri Slavkovsky has officially broken Mario Tremblay's record for most points by a teenager in a single season with the Canadiens. Shout out Yuri Slavkovsky. Grab that puck and give it to him. Unless you want to give it to Suzuki for, I believe, his first... no, he had 29 goals after tonight. I thought that was his 30th. No, he needs his 30th now. But yeah, Slavkovsky and Savard with the assists on that one. And, so it's less than a minute in. The game is, excuse me, sorry. So less than a minute in, it is 1-1, and the shots are 1-1. How often do you see that in the NHL? Canadians look to press. Armia has a nice break. There's a decent shot on net. Gallagher ends up kind of hit from behind after the plans. Thankfully, he doesn't end up, falling over, crashing into the boards. But it's just a weird little thing where it's like, hit, kind of just, leans over. Weird thing there. Avs press. Makar has a nice chance. There's a couple shots getting blocked on both ends. And the Habs end up going to the PK. It looked like it was Caulfield at first, but it's actually Suzuki getting called for a high stick. MacKinnon has a one-timer stopped by him. MacKinnon has a one-timer stopped by Montembeault. Good chance there for the leading goal. Canadians are able to clear to center ice. Avs do press. Drouin was good at setting up some chances. Avs crowd starts getting into it as the Avs look to press. But the Habs end up being 1-for-1 on the penalty kill tonight. Suzuki goes one way, lots of speed. Habs with some good coverage. The other way, Wood gets found in front, and 3 big stops for Montembeault. He's found clean in the slot. Monty makes the first stop. Rebound, it's not like, just whacking at. No, the first one gets right to him, tries to deke Monty, stays with him. Third time, tries to do the same. Monty sticks with him. And the Habs end up going to the PK immediately after. Jack Eye's called for a cross-check on Wood. It doesn't really take him down, but it is a cross-check. I get why they call it. Jack Eye's kind of getting a little bit of reputation. It's just weird, but yeah. The Habs, like I said, do go to the penalty kill. The Avs are able to get set up. Canadians have some good D. Not letting many high-quality chances get through. The Avs did look to press at one point. However, the Habs are 2 for 2 in the penalty kill. Really not much at all for the Montreal, for the Canadians to kill off. The Avs look to press, and the Habs had a good kill. That's one thing about the penalty kill recently that I believe the defensive coach, I believe Rick from Talking Habs let me know for sure that it's the defensive coach who coaches the penalty kill. Shout out to the defensive coach for the Canadians. I forget who it is right now. I know Stefan Robida. Shout out Stefan Robida. Start of the year, yes, the penalty kill absolutely sucked. It was not good at all. There were some times where, we actually killed it off and we looked good. No, recently, the past, I want to say 3 weeks to a month maybe, our penalty kill has been really damn good. Every player that's there knows their role. They know how to cover. They know what they need to do. If they're able to get a kill, I especially like that adaptation, I guess you could say, or the adaption of, I don't even know if adaption, adaption's a word, I just said it. But I like the adaptation that we're doing to, if we can get, a nice, kind of break down the ice, get it, send it back to the zone, then get the kill. Because, most guys would just, okay, get it, okay, clear. But I like that. Get the clear up, go back into the zone, and then kill. Because you're killing another 6-7 seconds at minimum by, okay, we got a break chance, go up, and then, clear it back down, wait, and then clear. I'm a really big fan of that, and I'm really glad that the Canadiens are starting to do that. I think the Canadiens are looking great on the penalty kill recently, and I'm hoping that it continues into the rest of the year and into next season. Because I think if we're playing the penalty kill the way we've been playing it in the last month, we have a chance to have a top 10 penalty kill next year. Now, obviously, there's going to be points where, the Habs have been 1 for 7 in their last 3 games. There's going to be those stretches probably. But I think that the Canadiens do have a legitimate chance to have a top 10 penalty kill if we're able to play the way that we played it this year and further learn off of that as well. The times that we do get scored, okay, well, how are we getting scored? What are our weaknesses on the penalty kill, and adapt accordingly. And then, as well, the penalty kill, like the power play, I should say. The power play wasn't great tonight. I think it's more so because the Avs have a top 10 penalty kill. So that's why they were able to kill it off as well as they did. We'll get to the Habs power play, but spoiler alert. But they were able to kill it off, and I think it's more so due to the fact that the Avs have a great penalty kill. Because the Canadiens really pressured on the power play. It was just the Avs had a good kill. I think having Doc would really help. I think once we get Lane Hudson as well, that's really going to help. Because you can probably go Hudson second unit, Matheson first unit, or Hudson's first unit, Matheson second unit. Or you can put Goalie there, or you can put Jack-Eye there. I think there's a number of defensemen. Or Reinbacher even if you wanted to. But I think with the Canadiens, there's a lot of potential there. Especially heading into next year. Assuming that Hudson starts with the Canadiens, which he's going to start with the Canadiens. You don't need to worry about that. Avalanche get a couple looks. Montembeault making some saves. Caulfield has nice speed. Gets on a near break. But there's a nice stick lift to not let him get the shot off. But also to not take a penalty by the Avs. I want to say that was Sean Walker. He had a very decent shift there. Canadiens press again. A little bit of momentum. Newhook with a nice chance. There's kind of a spot on the corner. It was like, oh yeah, that's clearly open. Goes for it, but it's just off the side of the net, unfortunately. This is actually when Newhook is wide open, but he's just wide of the net. Sorry, that actually came later in the game. I was confusing those two chances. But yeah, Newhook's wide open near the slot, gets it and shot. It's just over the net, unfortunately. Habs press. Armia has a look that's held. The Habs pressing again. This game was a very momentum shifty game. Habs would press for a while, and then the Habs would get a section. Habs would press. Habs would press. It was very back and forth in terms of who has the momentum. And at this point, it's currently the Habs. The Avalanche come back the other way. There's a couple chances. Duran ends up pressing. Nice pass to Rantanen off a turnover, who just hits the crossbar. Going back the other way, Habs score. Joel Armia with his 12th of the year. He is finally rewarded for his very good play on this road trip. Honestly, I thought, for some reason, I don't know why, Armia's been playing very well at these late starts. Honestly, in the offseason, I'd have no issue as long as we get good value back. If we were to trade him to a West Coast team, because it's clear for at least 41 games, at least like 55, 60 games, because I think they play a lot of away games in buildings where there's late starts. For a good majority of the season, Armia, if he plays good during late starts, he'll be really effective for that team. I mean, I'd be honestly fine holding on to him next year. Give him a third line role. I honestly think if Armia plays the way that he's been playing for a good portion of this season, he could have a decent 20-goal season on the third line. I'm a believer in Joel Armia again, even though he's 28. I think 20 goals. I don't think it'd be a career high because I think he had 21 one year. He might have had two 18-goal seasons if I'm thinking correctly, but he might have had a 21-goal season. I think he can get there. I believe in Joel Armia. There were stretches where he's been hurt. He was sent down to Laval, obviously, for a couple stretches. I think he could hit 20 next year. I'm a believer in Joel Armia. I'm going to say that, and he's going to have, 4 goals next season, probably. All right, so what I should say, I don't believe in Joel Armia, and I think that he's not going to make the Habs roster next year. There we go. Reverse jinx. But that's a reverse jinx of a reverse jinx. So does that mean it's a positive jinx? You be the judge. I'm not here to debate philosophy. But Joel Armia gets his 12th goal of the season. Puts it home on a nice wraparound. Newhook and Goalie end up with the assists on that one. It's nice, actually. Newhook gets the initial chance. Annunen thought he had it, but it was left wide open. Armia gets it around the net and puts it on the wrap. And there you go. Habs with the lead, 2-1 suddenly. Don't look at the score above. This game is still there's still a lot of time to decide the outcome of the game. Canadians look to press for the 3-1 lead immediately. Anderson ends up missing a nice pass for a chance in front. The Habs press, but the Avs are at this stage forcing a lot of puck battles. Avalanche press with 2 minutes left. There's an icing with 10 seconds left on the Avalanche, who get the puck out. Top line for the Canadiens tries to press, but Slavkovsky just can't get the pass through Caulfield in time. Shots are 13-11 for the Avalanche, but a 2-1 lead for the Canadiens after 20 minutes of play. Very, very exciting first period between the 2 goals in the opening minute. The way Armia's goal was scored, the amount of back and forth chances that there were, for both teams. I thought this was a very solid first period. And I'm going to spoil it now. The second was pretty boring. I'm going to spoil it now. Which is funny because the Habs usually don't play great in second periods. We did a decent job at holding off the Avs, actually, for a lot of this second period. I really did not take a lot of notes, but the Avs pressed right off the bat. Great chance on a rebound from Manson. That gets stopped by Montembeault. One of the best saves of the night. I think that Wood triple threat was easily Montembeault's best save. But this could be a pretty solid number 2 for Monty, as that save on Manson. Avalanche press hard with the Avs top line against the Habs top line. Genuinely, I want to say they were held out for about a minute and a half, probably about a minute and a half, with just being able to keep control. MacKinnon had some really good chances to get the tying goal, but just wasn't able to. The Habs were playing good D despite being exhausted, especially at the end. And the Habs end up going to the penalty kill as Harris is called for a high stick. The Habs do kill. Evans ends up winning the face-off. Sorry, real quick. I'm just plugging in my other AirPod because my other one is way charged. But yeah, Evans, who's been phenomenal in the penalty kill. Genuinely, if the Canadiens kept Evans for the next 4 to 5 years, if they sign him to an extension, say 2.5, just because the salaries are going to go up because the cap is going up, I'd have no issue giving Evans $2.5 million on a 2-year deal, for example. Reward him. He's played third line minutes this year. Because I feel like, even though people have stopped talking about him, I do think Dvorak probably does get dealt in the offseason, unfortunately. I do like Dvorak. I think he would be a good piece on the penalty kill. But just the way that we played the last month and a half, the last month, I don't know if we do need Christian Dvorak, honestly. I like Dvorak, but I think if you can recoup a second, third round pick from him, there's always going to be teams that are in need of a third line defensive center. I think those are very important, and I think Dvorak could be a perfect guy for a team like the Avs, actually, if they wanted to look at him, because apparently we really like dealing with the Avalanche. We made 3 trades with them already in the last 2 years. The MacKinnon deal, they made another one. The Hammond deal. Didn't we get Hammond from the Avs, actually? And then we traded him to the Jersey Devils. Dude, poor Andrew Hammond, by the way. Poor Andrew Hammond. Bro went from Colorado, where he was like, oh, hey, I might win a cup, to Montreal, where it's like, holy shit, my career might be resurging. I might be a backup next year, to, oh god, I'm in Jersey. I'm gonna go overseas and then I'm gonna retire. Fucking poor Andrew Hammond, dude. For real. But the Habs go to the penalty kill. Harris wins the faceoff, which he has done. I want to say he's probably won 75% of his penalty kill face-off. Seriously, Evans is, I think they said, number 2, only behind Claude Giroux, surprisingly, in shorthanded face-off wins, which, props to Jake Evans for that. He's pretty damn good. The Habs, this is where it happens. Great play, enter the zone, send it back, you get the clear. Suzuki then nearly finds Harry Pinard for what would have been a clear breakaway shorthanded. The Habs are able to kill the time, and we're 3 for 3 on the penalty kill tonight. So the Canadiens, great penalty killing. If I'm able to find it real quick, NHL PK since January. If I'm able to find the numbers, penalty kill, yes. So, I want the penalty kill stats. So, the Canadiens, if I can find it, that is not. This is since January. Okay, that's 2023. No, I want 2024. Yeah, so the Canadiens on the penalty kill, they're actually top 10. They are currently 8th with an 80.8% on the penalty kill since January. And if you're going to go to February, which I really hope, so February 1st, the Canadiens then bump up to 5th at 83.8%. So the Canadiens have been phenomenal on the penalty kill. The power play hasn't been that great, but we do need to... but I'm going to be honest, the penalty kill has been very good. And the Canadiens, if you go since March for the entire month, we've played 11 games. The Canadiens are second on the penalty kill at a 91.9%. At 91.9%. The fact that the Canadiens went from, I think it was the 29th worst penalty kill to, I want to say we're now up to 26th or 25th, I want to say. No, I do not want goals for. I do want penalty kill percentage, though. Thank you. So 32, 31, 30, 9, 8, 7. Yeah, we are up to 26th now in terms of penalty kill, which obviously still isn't good. But the fact that the Canadiens since February have been fantastic on the penalty kill, I think that's doing a lot of heavy, not a lot of heavy lifting. It's not reflective, I should say, in the overall stats. Since February, the Canadiens have been incredible on the penalty kill. You can even argue since January. We were top 10 in penalty kill in January, which is very good. So I would actually argue for the last 3 months, the Canadiens have been very, very good on the penalty kill. The stats actually back that up, funny enough. It's just that early on, the penalty kill was just not good. It's massively rebounded since then. It's funny, we went from a bottom tier penalty kill to a damn good top 10 penalty kill, literally top 10 penalty kill. Yet we're not like in the middle. We're still in the earlier the later half of the penalty kill, which is kind of funny. But yeah, so enough about going on and how good the Habs penalty kill is. But yeah, the Habs press with 7 minutes left. There's some chances. Jack Guy is a nice hit against the boards. He and a Nav battle in front of Montembeault. Slavkovsky off a turnover in front. Actually, the turnover was caused by Caulfield. Just isn't able to bury it. A little bit of a scram. He ends up cross-checking an Nav. He gets a little bit of a scrum going. Bit of excitement there. Habs press with 3 minutes left. The Canadiens look for some momentum. Armia has a nice body check. Shots are 20-19 for the Avs. The Habs do maintain the 2-1 lead after the second period. So yeah, the Canadiens, just not a great second period. I mean, if this is how the Canadiens have to win games going into next year, I'll take boring games as long as it translates into victories. Now, obviously, hopefully we don't have to try and hold our opponent to only one goal when we have Doc, Hudson, probably Reinbacher on the team next year. Hopefully. Potentially a Trevor Zegras. I'm still going to say hopefully we can trade for Zegras. We'll see, though. But yeah, I think that with the Canadiens, as long as they can hold their opponents to, 2 goals, maybe 3 goals on most nights, probably have a decent chance to win, especially with the amount of offense that we're going to have. We're missing Joshua Waugh right now. I think Sean Farrell has a decent chance to make a roster out of camp. I think Philip Mazar might. Owen Beck, I think, will at least press for the fourth line center spot, considering I think Evans probably has that third line center spot locked up. Unless they do get Zegras, I would imagine they probably want to move Newhook to third line center spot and maybe use Wall on the second line. Or maybe they want to use Zegras as a third line center. Maybe they want to have 2.5 scoring lines. I don't know. You be the judge. But yeah. Drouin in front. 2 great chances in the opening 30 seconds. Jonathan Drouin really wanted to score against his former team, and you know what? I'll be kind of honest. I wish he did, because you know what? Jonathan Drouin, he went through hell in Montreal. A lot of Habs fans made fun of him a lot. I'll admit, when I first started the channel, I was one of those people. I learned to love his game. I absolutely loved him by the time he was no longer a Montreal Canadian. I completely get why he would leave for mental health reasons, or why he left, I guess technically you could say the first time for mental health reasons, and then didn't get re-signed, I should say, and ended up going to the Avs. And by the way, I think based off the season he's having, Drouin could end up getting $4, $5, $6 million on the open market. Depends on if he wants to be on a cup contender or if he wants to be a Johnny Gaudreau. My guess is he probably wants to win a cup. So he's probably not going to Columbus, I think it's safe to say. I say that in July 1st, the first signing, Jonathan Drouin's going to Columbus. Yeah. But yeah, Annunen then makes a fantastic save as the Habs press the other way. Slavkovsky really setting up plays well. He ends up getting a shot that's blocked. With 2 Avs in front of Annunen who cannot see the puck. Slavkovsky over to Suzuki, wide open left side, or right side I should say. Annunen pushes over, And a pad stop. That was maybe the best save of the game. Yeah, just a damn good stop to rob Nick Suzuki of number 30 on the year. But that just means he probably gets it against Philadelphia, which means he gets it at home. So in a way, thank you, Annunen. Actually, funny enough. Habs like to press. Avs with MacKinnon, he presses for the tie game. There's some back and forth. Both teams playing well. They come close a couple times. Avs then press. Montembeault stops Rantanen right in front. Rantanen, I want to say, had 5 damn good chances to end this game. But Montembeault just looked at him and said, "You're not scoring. You're not scoring. You're not scoring. And especially you're not scoring." Yeah, Montembeault, just after that first shot, just said, "You know what? I'm going to get a technical shutout for the rest of the night." Which, if Montembeault stops a shot, or every shot he faces in the opening minute of the Philadelphia game, I will have a petition to give Montembeault an honorary shutout. I will petition because the motherfucker deserves it. Good stop 7 minutes in, I should say. The shots, I should say, actually, funny enough to... Oh, no, that was the second period, actually. In the second period, I should say, real quick, the shots at one point were 7-0 for the... Or 6-0 for the Avs. The Habs ended up battling back, and which is funny, because for a period where it was so much for the Avs, and then the Canadiens pushed back, again, it was kind of boring, because it was like 7-0, 6 minutes in, and then it was like, oh, well, they got shots sprinkled through the remainder of the period. The shots in the period ended up being 9-8, but it was like, oh yeah, wasn't really that exciting, unfortunately. Habs press, but off a turnover. MacKinnon, great deke chance, ends up deking out Matheson, but the backhand is just wide of the net as he really pressed there. The Avs press, the Habs end up icing the puck twice. Avs do get some chances. Not much getting to Montembeault. The Canadiens on some pretty solid penalty killing at this stage in the game. Anderson coming down the left side. He's on a nice break. He gets tripped, though. No penalty. And then he draws a penalty. So, yeah. They saw I believe the refs probably saw the first one didn't get called. So they're like, okay, kind of got to give him a makeup call. And he draws a hooking call. I believe it was hooking. Right after that non-call, it's like 10, 15 seconds later, maybe. He looked for the 2-goal lead. Some Habs fans, I know my dad was one of them, wanted a penalty shot call. I don't know if I would have liked that, honestly, though. Habs do cycle. There's about a minute 45 of pressure for the Canadiens. Great chances, and Matheson has a shot just up high. Slafkovsky has a nice sharp shot. This is the one that just goes off the net. So it was a new hook of Slafkovsky, actually. But he has a nice sharp shot off the side of the net. Caulfield tries to get set up, but the Avs covering him, so using him as a distraction. They get the puck to Matheson. They get it to Suzuki. Suzuki had a nice chance right in front that just gets driven away. The Avs do clear in the dying seconds after, again, the minute 45 of straight Habs pressure. So despite a good power play, the Habs are 0-for-1. And then they go right back about 35, 40 seconds later. Brendan Gallagher is clipped with a clear high stick. Boom, hits him in the nose. Does a little this, and there's blood. It is a 4-minute double minor with 5 remaining in the game. Brendan Gallagher gets draws the high sticking call. I want to say it was Sean Walker who ends up getting the call there. Habs do press for the 2-goal lead. Slafkovsky has a nice chance, stopped once again. Slav was looking for the goal. He wanted number 16 on the year. He wanted to put away the game with the insurance marker. He wanted to keep scoring tonight, and Antonin said, "You know what? I like you, Slav. You'll get an assist, but you're not scoring tonight." And you know what? I mean, hey, I'm sure he'll take just literally setting Habs history, literally making Habs history, and if it means he doesn't score a goal, I'm sure he'll take that. Avs do try and get some shorthanded chances. As a reminder, they still need to tie the game. They do kill the first shorthanded look off. They then call a timeout with 2 minutes left in the game, which a little bit surprising, I will say. They then press. Drew and MacKinnon are out shorthanded. The Habs aren't able to score. Neither are the Avs, though, as they try to press shorthanded. Habs end up being 0-for-3 on the power play. Final minute, Annunen goes to the box. He goes to the box. He gets called for existing. No, but he goes to the bench with 50 seconds left. Avalanche try to press. They take a shot. Matheson ends up blocking one out of play. Montembeault covers another one, that one with 20 seconds left in the game. Habs do hold the puck against the boards. They end up clearing with 3 to go. And that's it. The Montreal Canadiens win. They hold off a potential Avs comeback. They hold the, I'm going to say, reigning Stanley Cup champions to a goal. They sweep the season series with the Avalanche. And they also, by the way, end the Colorado Avalanche's 9-game winning streak. Yeah. Montreal was quite good tonight. We played very well. There we go. The Montreal Canadiens pick up the win, 2-1 in regulation. That is quite poggers, if you ask me. Really solid game. I should say 2-1 victory. Final shots ended up being 28-27 for the Avs. Let's get into the stats and work our way out of here. It was a solid game overall. First was exciting. Second was very boring. Third was very exciting. High, very intense if you were a Habs fan, hoping they'd hold on to the lead. And this game sucked if you were a non-Habs fan, hoping for the tank. That's right. Any Habs fans who want the team to lose for the tank, you're not a real Habs fan. Nick Suzuki leads the Canadiens with 29 goals, 38 assists, 67 points. That close to goal number 30 tonight. Hopefully he hits it next game. Joel Caulfield, 20 goals, 35 assists, 55 points. Reminder, a career high in points is apparently a down year for Cole Caulfield. Mike Matheson, 10 goals, 38 assists, 47 points. Juraj Slafkovsky has 15 goals, 25 assists, 40 points. Remember when he should have been sent down to Laval at the start of the year, apparently? I think everyone is forgetting about that easily. Sean Monahan, when he was a Canadian, 13 goals, 22 assists, 35 points. Alex Newhook, 12 goals, 13 assists, 25 points. Jake Evans, 5 goals, 18 assists, 23 points. Remember when he had 1 goal about a month ago? He's been pretty decent since then. Brendan Gallagher with 11 goals, 10 assists, 21 points. Caden Gooley, 6 goals, 14 assists, 20 points. David Savard, 6 goals, 12 assists, 18 points. He needs those 2 more assists. He's got to catch up to the young rookie. Joel Armia, 12 goals, 5 assists, 17 points. Josh Anderson, 7 goals, 10 assists, 17 points. Justin Barron, who's currently down in Laval, had 6 goals, 6 assists, 12 points. Tanner Pearson, 5 goals, 7 assists, 12 points. He was a healthy scratch tonight. Michael Pezzetta, 3 goals, 8 assists, 11 points. Arbor Jacki, 4 goals, 6 assists for 10 points. Jordan Harris, 2 goals, 8 assists, 10 points. Jonathan Kovacevic, 6 goals, 3 assists, 9 points. Joshua Wall, who's unfortunately out for pretty much the remainder of the year, I believe. 4 goals, 4 assists, 8 points. Raphael Hardy-Pinard with a goal, 7 assists for 8 points. Christian Dvorak, who's unfortunately out for the remainder of the year. Jesse Ullinen, they both have 3 goals, 4 assists, 7 points. Jaden Struble, 2 goals, 4 assists, 6 points. Gustav Lindstrom, when he was a Canadian, had 3 goals and assists for 4 points. Mitchell Stevens, who's currently down in Laval with 2 goals and assists for 3 points. Kirby Doc, who's unfortunately out for the remainder of the year. Caden Primo and I'll have 2 assists on the year. Brendan Gignac, who is currently down in Laval, has 1 NHL goal. That's the goal he scored this year. Jake Allen, when he was a Canadian, had an assist. Caden Primo has both of the Canadian shutouts. Again, if Montembeault stops any shots in the first minute of the Flyers game, I will petition for him to get an honorary shutout. I believe that should work. Nick Suzuki, let's start from the top. No. Again, Primo has both of the Canadian shutouts. Michael Pezzetta's got 7 fights. Arbor Jacki's got 5. Josh Anderson's got 4. Caden Gooley and Jonathan Kovacevic each have 2. Juraj Slafkovsky, Tanner Pearson, and Jaden Struble each have 1 fight this year. Total that adds 3. You don't say you didn't learn anything when you're watching Harry Rice. That is going to do it for today's video, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Please do not forget to like, comment, subscribe, favorite, share, and everything, which includes, but is not limited to, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, and everything else. My name is Rice. Please subscribe. Join the Puff Club, the Ace Club, the Sub Hub, the D Nation. If you are a member of the Mod Squad, thank you for moderating any comments on the streams. It is much greatly appreciated. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Harry Rice, and I am out. Links in the description. I am on the PO Box, PayPal, the Discord, Letterboxd, Streamer account, Twitch, Streamlabs, and the Habnorms podcast are down there as well. Thank you guys again so much for watching. My name is Harry Rice. Again, always remember, no matter how bad we are last year, how decent we've been like this year, and how good we'll be like next year. Go Habs, go baby. Thank you guys again so much for watching. My name is Harry Rice. Again, and I am out. Love you guys. See you guys. Bye guys. Love you guys. See you guys. Bye guys. Love you guys. See you guys. Bye guys. Love you guys. See you guys.